Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Pseudos Crochet and More. This is your host Crystal. Today I am reviewing the Crafts Smart Value Multi. This is available at Michael's. It's one of their brands like Loops and Threads, only this one's from Craft Smart. This is 252 yards or 5 ounces, 231 meters or 141 grams. Excuse me. This is made in Turkey, and you can definitely tell it's made in Turkey. Very comfy, very, very comfy. From what I've heard, these have actually gotten a lot better. They used to be really rough, like Red Heart Super Saver, but they've gotten softer over time. This hat pattern is included on the label inside, and there it says you just need one ball, crochet pom-pom hat, and it recommends a 5mm crochet hook. And let's go ahead here. This is in the color Lotus Blossom. It is machine washable on cold, gentle cycle, do not bleach, tumble dry low, do not iron. Suggestion is to purchase enough of the skeins because there is or the quantity of one dye lot, because they do use dye lots on this. You can see right here 7157 is this one's dye lot. So if I were to make a larger project with this and I go back, they may not have the same dye lot number. If you don't mind that, it's not necessary, but if you like it to have all the same color going throughout, the same shade of each color, yeah, I would definitely recommend doing that. And this is a 4 medium weight yarn. It is 100% acrylic. It does recommend 5.5 millimeter knitting needles or 5.5 millimeter crochet hook, which is standard for crochet hooks on the 4 weight. Sometimes they'll say 5, but normally it's a 5.5 that's recommended. Alright, so you can see that there's a lot of different colors going in here. This is actually more of a purple than a blue. It looks blue on my screen for some reason. And then there's some green and like a red color. And let's see, is there anything else? That's pretty much it. Yeah, so blue, purple, green, purple, and red are the colors on this. And this is actually a really cool hat. I might check this out and see if the pattern's any better than the last hat pattern I had on a label. And if it is, I will go ahead and test this out and then let you guys know how it worked up. I don't know if they have, pattern included, motif inclus. I'm guessing that means the same thing as pattern included in a different language. Let me see here. This does not state that they offer these patterns on their website. That would be nice if they did. Michaels, if you're watching this, you need to start adding free patterns to your website. Make our life a whole lot easier. Especially if I want to be able to share this with people. I cannot if it's not available online as a free pattern, because you have to buy this to get the pattern. So, unless you know somebody that's bought it, and then you can get it from them, but I can't share it with you since it's not on a website as being noted as a free pattern. So let me go ahead and get this pulled out here so we can go ahead and work up a little bit. And nice for them to have this already started so I don't have to go digging for it. Hopefully there's no yarn barf though. I think my husband picked this color out. He likes to, when I go into Michael's, sometimes he'll go through and see if there's anything that piques his interest. And then I'll be like, what do you want me to make with it for you? And he'll be like, I don't know. I just thought it was a cool color. I'm like, okay, well, stop picking out yarn then for me. I mean, it is a cool color. I'm not gonna disregard that. But he already has issues with me and how much yarn I currently have. So him picking out something and then not telling me what he wants me to make with it, kind of frustrating. But this is a good 4-weight yarn, in my opinion. It's not too thick and it's not too thin either. Alright, that should be good to start with. And that's kind of cool how it lined up really well. You could probably color pull with this, and that might be what's going on here with this pattern. It does look like it was color pulled where it lined up to make that pattern with that color. Alright, so let's go ahead and start row 1, single crochet. So far, no irritation, which can happen too with acrylic. It's not only wool that can cause irritation, acrylics can too. Has anybody used Craftsmart? Craftsmart? Oh my gosh, I can't even think of the name of it now. Yeah, Craftsmart. Yeah, Craftsmart yarn. If you have, let me know what you've made with it. Did you try the pattern that came with the label if it did, or did you make something else with it? Let me know in the comment section. Again, I always like to know what you guys make with different yarns. Because sometimes it gives me ideas on what I can make or things that I didn't think about making with that particular yarn. Because I know yarn is very versatile. If it's the right yarn, you can make probably just about everything with it. Or close enough. Some yarns are more special than others. Yes, I will agree with that. Because you don't want to use something like Noro and make a well, I don't think he has that line has anything that you would want to make kitchen stuff with, but you never know, somebody might want to make something for the kitchen with it. I personally wouldn't. I think that type of yarn needs something special to be made with it. Alright, so there's my first row of single crochet. Go ahead and chain 1 and turn, and then do half double crochet if I can get my memory to do a half double crochet. Yeah, there it is. Okay, making sure I'm going into the right stitch. Never good if you're going into the wrong one. Ugh. Almost did a single there. All right. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, I am using my Susan Bates 5. Oh, this is a 5mm. That's actually working out pretty good. I think my other one over here that I thought was the 5 was actually the 5.5. But this is actually working up pretty well with the 5.5. I mean 5 instead of the 5.5. I will go ahead and swap this out for the 5.5. See how different it looks. But a 5mm would work well with this too. And a 6 if you prefer 6mm, the J hook. Everybody has their favorite hook size for different yarns, I think. Even if it recommends one, a lot of people use a different size. And I'm sure I might get there eventually with that, but honestly, whatever works the best is what I'm going to use. I might have a favorite hook size, but that doesn't mean, because one week my favorite hook size could be size 6. I mean, not size 6. Wow. J hook or 6mm. Another week it could be 5mm. Another week it could be a 4mm. And it could be all the same style of yarn, all the same weighted yarn, like a 4mm. And I just prefer one size over another. I don't know what it is, but that's how it's been lately with me. For like a week I'll be like favoring one particular size hook, And then the next week I'll be like, no, that's not the hook I want to use this week. I want to use this one. So I'll change it up. Now, granted, with Jada and Stitches' calendar blanket, I am using the same size hook for the entire thing. But for other projects, I do have my favorites for like a week or two, and then I swap it out. I'm like, okay, this isn't working very well with this one anymore, so I'm going to swap it. And let's try with this hook, this size hook instead. So how many others are like that, where you have a favorite hook for so long, and then you're like, no, I'm just going to change it up, and then you have a new favorite? Or do you have a constant favorite one? Let me know in the comments down below. About that. Actually, let me go ahead. I'm just going to keep using the 5. I don't think there's anything wrong with the 5. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the double crochet row. And at first, I did not like the 5mm crochet hook, because that was the size I was learning how to crochet with, and it just felt like the stitches were really tiny. But now it doesn't feel like that. After almost 3 years, it does not feel like that at all. It feels like, oh, that's perfect. But then again, I was getting frustrated. I was trying to learn how to make a washcloth. So I got some cotton from Walmart, and this is back when Walmart still had, well, my Walmart still had books and kits, and they had one in there that was just basically chaining up a scarf. It was, I don't know why it was considered a scarf. It was more decorative than anything. And you got a plastic 8mm crochet hook, and they just was like, just chain it till you feel like it's, the right length, and then you slip stitched it together. And I knew how to chain. That wasn't the problem. So then I think, okay, well, I've got this down, so let's try this. That was not working, because in the pattern it told me to skip the first stitch because the chain counted as the chain whatever counted as the first stitch, and then I was only supposed to go into the front loop only. It was to make the ribbing effect across the washcloth, and for the life of me, I could not figure that out. And I got so frustrated with it that I just wound up frogging it. I pulled it all out. I was only on the second row, because I did my first row. That was fine, and then the second row was with the front loop only, and I couldn't figure it out. I could not figure it out. So then my husband said, why don't you look it up on YouTube? So I did, and I learned how to Tunisian crochet on really short hooks, and I just kept practicing it, and I finally got it down. So then he ordered me a Tunisian hook set, which I think I still have, but it was those really long steel ones with the squares at the bottom that had the size of the hook labeled on it, and they started rubbing off. So I was like, yeah, this isn't gonna work. But after that, I started really picking up crochet late 2020, and haven't been able to put it down since. All right, so there is my full double crochet. I might have done some half at the beginning. I don't know, with me yapping over here, but So that's actually pretty cool. I like the way the coloring came out, and I'm sure by following the pattern, it'll even be a little bit better, because I will have to use the 5.5 to make sure that it's the right gauge and everything. But that looks good. There's the single crochet and the half double and then the double. Now I'm going to go ahead and frog this. Frog, 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 for frog. Wee, frogging, frogging. Well, don't get away from me now. I honestly don't think that this is going to take this entire skein. I think that's the hat plus the pom-pom. So unless that's a really big hat, I don't see me using that whole entire thing. But so this is going to get a oop, I almost knocked my camera over. That'd be not the first time this week that has happened. Seems like it always happens to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 9 out of 10. I love the yarn. It's very comfy. It feels almost close to Red Heart with Love, and I only know how that feels because I did get some of that when Ollie's had it for a special price. I didn't get too many of them, but I did get some of them, and I'm almost certain that I might have given them away in a giveaway, or I just don't know where they're at in my closet. But those are really soft, and this is almost the same feel to me. Now, to others, it might just feel like Red Heart Super Saver that is now. Not the past Red Heart Super Saver, but the now Red Heart Super Saver. Even though it's still a little scratchy, it's still better than it used to be. So, alright. Well, if you enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up. Again, if you've ever used this before, let me know what you've made in the comment section. Did you make this pattern that was on the label? It could have been a different pattern. I don't know if they changed the pattern on different colors of the yarn or it's all the same. Yeah, just let me know in the comment section below. Again, I really do like to read those comments. I may not get to them right away, but I do read them and I do comment on them. So definitely comment away. I am going to be doing another giveaway when I reach 500 subscribers. Last I checked, I was at 272. Let me see if we've gotten any new subscribers since the last time I checked. Well, I kind of wind this around the end here. Hopefully not ruining the texture of this, but there we go. All right. Let's check that. Okay, now we're at 273, so that's cool. Thank you for whoever just joined the channel, subscribed. I will go ahead and look to see, because I do know who has subscribed and when, so I do appreciate you all that have. I'm hoping soon, depending on how much longer my husband has to travel for work, being able to give back out to the local yarn stores to video what they have to offer, and then whatever I purchase from there to show you guys what I bought. It might not be as much as I used to purchase, but I'll try to get a couple things to show you guys depending on what they have to offer as well. All right. Well, again, if you liked today's video, please give me a thumbs up. If you enjoy my content, please go ahead and hit that subscribe and then the notification bell so you're always aware of when I put out new content. Until next time, I hope you all stay safe and stay crafty. Have a good one. Bye-bye.